What is up, fellas? Madden NFL 09. It is the CPU drafted fantasy franchise team, the Jets, in the playoffs officially against the Oakland Raiders. This is the AFC wild card. This is technically, well, no, sorry. This is the divisional round. 11-5 team, just off of a fresh win right there. Just the only win for the last streak. So hopefully momentum isn't completely in the fucking gutter. Going up against a pretty good Raiders team with Aaron Rodgers at quarterback and company. I'm pretty sure, if I'm correct, no, that's a different one with AJ Green and company. In that game, yeah, that would be the Peyton Manning Raiders that the Bills went up against. But here we go, Raiders in town against the New York Jets here in the Meadowlands, and Terrell Suggs on the first play for this Raiders team, showing up a little bit of pressure to Aaron Rodgers. It wasn't an incomplete pass in which Aaron Rodgers was just throwing it out of bounds to prevent any bit of interceptions going against his stats, but I digress. That's another argument to make now. But Frank Gore at running back for this team, holding by Mr. Johnson. No, the fullback for this team. I mean, pretty much the fullbacks at this point are pretty OP. Just a lot of them are well rated, especially in the Maddens with Madden NFL 12. But whatever, 3rd and 6 later on in the game. Just wasn't good enough on that play. But Mr. Awesome Wall not doing well against Kevin Curtis to start this one out. But hey, still this 3-4 has got pretty formidable force against this Raiders front line right here. But again, Papa DiGiorgio just not doing well in coverage, going to lead to a nice first down. So the Raiders having a nice start right there. Mr. Robinson ends up catching up. However, it's going to be another holding penalty against the left guard. Penalty accepted, thank God, considering how good this offense has been moving down the field. Not been well on the rushing game at least, but hey, it is what it is. Mr. Fury bringing the Fury, but fortunately so is the defense. Going to be 4th down now, 35-yard attempt. And bam, first drive of the day. Ends up in points, 3-0, but now looking at it, Jason Campbell, MJD in this team, about 3 yards on the first rush of the game. Looking for more yardage here. MJD too early on the truck stick. I was looking for that guy that ended up getting blocked, thank God. But bam, Pierre Thomas comes in, so what the hell is with the fucking stamina? He's a star running back, and yet after 2 straight runs that ends up happening. But it is what it is. Jamal Williams makes his way through, looking like Jamal Williams in his pretty much all-star peak days with the San Diego Chargers. Again, that was a very awkward-looking sack and block. But it is what it is. This team's doing well so far. I know it gave up the 3 points, but this offense is going to, again, the offense has always been the issue with this team. And then there you go. Mr. Asamoah is doing some awesome things on defense. Now going to lead to our ball after a nice return by Deshaun Jackson. However, the play action leads to a sack on the left edge of the field, but 3rd and 21, pass out to Mr. Roy Williams, going to be incomplete. So 2 straight drives of just unsuccessful drives at that. And bam, nice play by Mr. Eric Weddle, who's starting to show himself quite a bit, even though these 2 new dudes, Watson and Dotson, are just absolute studs for this secondary that we drafted. Dotson out of Notre Dame. Mr. Watson happened to be the super athletic cornerback out of Florida State, top 10 pick. So go figure on that one, since we know a famous player in Deion Sanders from Florida State at cornerback. Great athlete as well. But nothing going for this offense whatsoever. I'm talking about the defense on our side. They are doing well, but not as well as this Jets team. That is a drop pass. It looked like it was defended well. It was for the most part, but still. MJD now making some moves on the outside. Going to be roughly 5 or 6 yards. 3rd down later on in the drive. Deshaun Jackson, no. And then bam. Jason Campbell may have been considered athletic at the beginning of his career, but this is not the beginning of his career. Terrible attempt by Asamoah. Maybe because it wasn't a fucking wide receiver. I don't get it. That's totally my fault, though. But that's going to be considered defensive pass interference. I don't know if he's being passive-aggressive, considering I was just talking shit about him. He just wanted to be a bitch and just ruined his own game and his team by doing so. But, however you want to cope with that. And they're just letting Frank Gore getting down the field now. So not only is the passing game doing well for this Raiders team. The rushing game is as well. It's going to lead to 3 more points on a chip shot. And Oakland Raiders. Oh, no. Holding. So we're going to reattempt that one. But again, it's just a 32-yard attempt. Chip shot 6-0. Nice return by Deshaun Jackson earlier on in the game. And then bad pass by Jason Campbell. This game could not have started any worse for this offense. Couple 3-and-outs to start off the game. And then moving down the field, not capitalizing. And speaking of capitalizing, that defense on the Raiders side is doing quite well. Jets defense at least holding up for the most part. And while I say that, it's a, base king catch right there to lead to a first down. 2nd and 6 later on in the drive. It's going to be a catch by Santonio Holmes. Another first down now. 2nd and 7 later on in the drive. Pass out to Mr. Johnson. He got a holding penalty earlier, but they're going to move 4 yards down the field on this reception by him. That should have been picked off by Derek Johnson out of the University of Texas. But hey, this bend don't break defense. This is supposed to be one of the best defenses in all of football. Getting shit done, considering how bad this offense has been. And bam, there you go. Finally getting yards down the field, throwing it to Martin for the first time. Deshaun Jackson. What is going to happen right here with Jason Campbell? It's going to be another sack. And 3rd down later on in the drive, we had momentum going and nothing happening of it. And then bam, Deshaun Jackson starting to show up here with just 30 seconds left in the first half. Roy Williams now making moves. I don't know if that stiff arm just prevented him from even just I don't know. He looked like he was using the force on that one because that guy was going nowhere close to him whatsoever. Now Deshaun Jackson's speed, getting more yardage after the catch. And then Michael Clayton, beautiful touchdown catch. And just like that, you see the importance of capitalizing on drives. 7 points for that later on in the game in the second half now. Beautiful catch by Mr. Martin. Things are beginning to roll for the offense, which really kind of shows you should have been capitalizing that Raiders team. What a play right there by Deshaun Jackson after the catch. Again, it's Deshaun Jackson. A lot of his career, at least for Donovan McNabb, a lot of air yards underneath his catches. But we know what Deshaun Jackson did in the Meadowlands, and it wasn't against the Jets. So we can tell easily why the man's playing hard for the Jets and not the Giants itself. Carter right there with the first down catch. Aaron Rodgers getting a lot of yardage for this team. But, again, just no points being put on the board besides just field goals. And it's now 10-7. Incomplete pass. Should have been picked off again by this defense. But, hey, at least this red-hot offense is back on the field. MJD with the move. And bam, fellas. All it takes is one broken tackle. Beautiful blocking on the outside by Mr. Fullback Askew. And we don't have to be asking Mr. Askew any more questions on his performance lately. Getting it done on that play at least. And setting up MJD to be the playmaker that he is. Making the play right here with that broken tackle. Trucking through that piss-poor attempt by the safety. Not going to see that with Dotson and Eric Weddle on the Jets side of the defense. And it's going to lead to more points, 17-9 now, as these Jets fans, with pretty much nothing else to be happy for the last, 30, 40 years since Joe Namath's drunk, perverted ass, Jesus Christ, what the fuck am I saying? Just doing crazy shit on Monday Night Football. Santonio Holmes, nice catch, 3rd and 7 later on the drive for Aaron Rodgers and company. Is going to lead to a nice run by Frank Gore. First down for the Raiders. 2nd and 12 later on with another handoff, but this time it's going to me to Mr. Ward. Nothing happening. 3rd and 15. Aaron Rodgers throws it out again. Big hit by Mr. Watson. 1st and 10 now for this Jets team. More and more rolling by this offense. I wonder what could have happened had I not had just one too many flicks on the highlight stick right there with the analog stick, because it looked like he had enough space to put on the Jets just last minute, and that's no pun intended considering this team's name. And then pass out to Roy Williams. Nice broken tackle. It's going to be a fumble, but Mr. Askew, it looked like the play was still live, but Mr. Askew had picked it up. But right there, the ref helping the Raiders team out, and that kind of pisses me off. It is what it is. At least it's not Madden NFL 20, Madden NFL 21, all the shitty Maddens, and then bam, Kevin Curtis. Speedy white boy, white man can't jump, but it seems white man can run. And what a play by Mr. Curtis. Nice little read right there by Aaron Rodgers. And as soon as that, it is 15-20. Looking for 2 more points to just make it a field goal. He was out of bounds, y'all. But whatever. Is what it is. That should have been a penalty in its own right. Whatever. Pierre Thomas, though, making way for a first down himself on the nice catch in the flats. Looks like his days with the Saints. And then Roy Williams. Big play setting it up right here. And he's getting it done. Just a shoelace tackle against him to prevent the huge, huge touchdown. But, hey, damage was done. Askew, we're going to give this man the ball to pay his respects because the dude has been blocking pretty damn well in the second half. 27-17 now. We got Lawrence Timmons right there in for Papa DiGiorgio. I think it was just give himself a little bit of a breather, even though he doesn't do much for this team. But, hey, speaking of doing much, Asamoah, at least when it's not trying to tackle Frank Gore, gets the interception. And now just running the clock out with what has been an impressive day by MJD in this offensive line and pretty much blocking on the outside in the second level by Askew. It appears the wide receivers as well, and Mr. Martin, who's made a couple good catches and a valuable fumble recovery right there. 2nd and 6. Jets looking for touchdown. What's MJG going to do? He's going to break the tackle to get in, but however, it just looked like, I mean, this game hasn't been wonderfully smooth, and that just shows it right there. Would have made it a 17-point game, basically. Deshaun Jackson gets the catch right there. Just a couple of insurance yards. Just make it that much easier for Mr. Ned Nee to knee it on through. 30 yards, 30-17. 1st and 10 for Aaron Rodgers, and son of a bitch. Mr. Fury gets a huge play. That was, I mean, for what has been one solid-ass secondary with a young Aqib Talib. Of course, Asamoah. You have the likes of Dotson and Watson, and of course, a young Eric Weddle. 340 yards on the day by Aaron Rodgers, and looking for a fumble recovery. Pierre Thomas got that stickum like that kid in the Little Giants, except he doesn't get it stuck on his chest. He has it just pretty much beautifully picked up for that onside recovery, and then just a first down play to set up just a free set of downs and to finish this one out. 6-point victory. Hey, it wasn't the best of starts whatsoever by this offense for sure. That's been the issue, is just it's expected. Jason Campbell, basically his career, and we're here to try to revive that as well as possible. Hell of a end of the first half, start of the second half by the passing game, and then MJD in this offensive line getting things done to set ourselves up for a game against the Bengals. I know we saw the Texans team, and that was a catastrophe of its own. That was I wonder if y'all have ever had that issue to where you think you have timeouts. I know Chris Webber did. But I wonder if y'all have ever had that issue, to where, especially when the clock's running out and you set yourself up with a game-winning field goal, which you have one of the best kickers in all of football, in range for him too, and you don't even give him the opportunity because the clock runs out because you thought you had a timeout. 3 seconds left. Yeah, so it is what it is. But Arizona beats Tampa Bay. It's the rookie quarterback for Arizona, leading them to a conference championship appearance against the Minnesota Vikings with Jeremy Shockey and then Carson Palmer and company. So that's a solid team. But speaking of solid, this is Bengals team. They beat the living shit out of us, I think, at the first season and the second season. We face them both. But I'm looking forward to it. Rematch. Hopefully it goes better than the Texans franchise. As always, fellas, take it easy.